WoW Classic is going strong, and my girlfriend and I are continuing our journey to get our characters all the way to level 60. I've never played a mage before, but with fresh servers, I wanted to try a new class while waving the Horde flag once again. In this video, we start our journey in Feralus and end up doing a quest where we have to zap giants to make them smaller, then loot them for residue and something called Giant's Music. I think I'm saying that right. Then we slay Yetis in Rage Scar Hold for 10 Yeti hides. After turning in quests, we head to Ungoro Crater and start looking for crystals of power, and afterwards make our way into Marshall's Refuge to pick up more quests. We enter this cool cave with a bunch of colored crystals in it, turn in the Power Crystals quest, then we hop on a boat to Booty Bay, but end up swimming to a little island where we are to slay a giant named Muckrash, but end up sitting here for almost an hour waiting for his respawn. We then head to the Blasted Lands where we grind different items from wildlife there. We hit level 51 in the process, finish gathering these materials, then turn them in, which we find out these quests can be redone for the buffs they give. We then head to Searing Gorge to continue questing there, and start slaying Dark Iron Geomancers in a little dig site. We then head over to a guy named Velarock Windblade to pick up Divine Retribution, then get more quests from Thorium Point. My girlfriend and I end up grinding mobs in the area and then head into the Slag Pit, where we have to slay 20 Incendisaurs. We then come across another group who is waiting for Overseer Maltrius, but when he spawns, we end up tagging him first and then invite them to our group. After completing and turning in quests, we make our way back over to the outhouse at the dig site and turn in a quest for level 52. We then head to Ajera, where we slay satyrs, which have a really low population. Then we head over to the ruins of Eldorath to slay Naga, but I find a dwarf hunter trying to sneak up on my girlfriend, so I end up doing a surprise ambush on him instead. Afterwards, we turn in our quests for level 53, and at this point, we start putting groups together to do the arena anger spam in Blackrock Depths, since there are a ton of groups looking for it, and we wind up hitting 54 during this whole process. We basically use the Shadowforge key to open up 2 side doors, have the rogue unlock the door mechanism, then slay trash packs until we get up to the arena. We end up pulling dwarf spectators and use this reset tactic to have them all reset. After resetting them, we start the arena, and here come running thunder lizards. After the lizards, one of 6 bosses can spawn, and Gorosh the Dervish ends up spawning, who has a chance to drop Savage Gladiator Chain, which is an epic chest piece for mail and plate wearers. After the arena, we move on towards Anger Forge and encounter trash packs with Fireguard destroyers. Our tank dies during this, and one of the mobs gets feared into the other trash pack, which ultimately leads to our demise. Here's where things get hairy, because after spawning, 6 Fireguard destroyers end up spawning on the tunnel, and the only way through is to have the group summon me to them and try to slay this group of fire elementals. Why? There's like 6 of them. Banish one of them if you can, or do you even have banish? Oh shit! We end up just resetting and going all the way back through towards Angerforge and finally get a chance at him. Since during the early phases of Classic, he has a chance to drop Hand of Justice, which is a BIS trinket for melee classes. After this, we find another group to do a full run and end up completing our attunement to Molten Core for future raids. Here we enter the Lyceum, I think that's how you say that, where packs of mobs roam around and two dwarfs that spawn throughout the room carry a torch which ends up lighting two braziers at the end of the room. Once lighted, doors open to the next room which houses the boss Magnus. Magnus doesn't drop anything of value when we start clearing the Emperor's room of trash packs to hit level 56. After clearing the room, we finally come face to face with the last boss. Or I should say last two bosses, Emperor Thrashin and Princess Moira Bronzebeard. During the poll, we forgot to clear one last trash pack, and they ended up coming to join the fight as well. We slay the Emperor, and he drops the robes of the royal crown, which is an upgrade for me. I roll need on them, and I end up winning them. After Blackrock Depths, we head to Winterspring and do quests like slaying owl beasts. We pick up quests from Everlook that are prerequisites for the Plague Lands, then we fly to Fellwood to start picking up more quests there. We go south to talk to NPCs at Emerald Sanctuary, then go to Jadenar where we enter an underground sanctum called Shadow Hold. I hit level 57 while clearing mobs, and then we finally encounter Shadow Hold's leaders, in which we have to slay for their heads. After Fellwood, we make our way over to the Western Plaguelands and start grinding the undead around Anderhall, turn in some final quests to Chromie, and after doing so, we find out we can finally buy Chrono Boons, which are used for storing world buffs so you don't lose them when you die. After that, we turn in a Cauldron quest to hit level 58 and start grinding Diseased Wolves and Scarlet Crusaders in the nearby vicinity. We also go up a tower and slay Calvier Durgren. Then we head back to turn in these quests just to get another one where we have to slay diseased bears. We finally go back to turn that in and end up helping a gnome mage fend off some undead so he can turn in his quest and we can turn in our quest. Then we continue on to the Eastern Plaguelands where we meet legendary Tyrion Fordring who gives us some more quests, yet we don't even end up doing these quests because at this point we get invited to a group running the dungeon Strathhome. But my girlfriend and I, not knowing any better, go in the wrong entrance and we have to end up dying since there is no way out of that entrance once you zone in. We bank on the idea that we can run in spirit form towards the other entrance called the service entrance, and hopefully when we zone in, we will be alive at that entrance. All goes according to plan and we start clearing our way inside. We encounter a Patchwork Horror, and oh boy, it's the same model as a boss we fight at the end of Classic. Some nice foreshadowing. Then we encounter our first boss, which is technically a rare, the Unforgiven. We then find another rare called Hearthsinger Forreston, and he drops a flute trinket. We continue clearing trash and make our way to the side of the dungeon which houses the Scarlet Crusade, the living side. After clearing out the square, a boss spawns named Timmy the Cruel. We continue forward into the Scarlet Bastion where we have to clear more mobs. We then come across Malor the Zealous, and thinking this is a boss that drops loot, we are sadly disappointed. Up next, we find Cannon Master Willie. After slaying the Cannon Master, we proceed into the ending stages of the dungeon where we clear more trash packs. We encounter Archivist Galford, who has a small chance to drop my highest rank of Conjure Food. After Galford, we finally come face to face with Grand Crusader Dathrahan, who is actually a Nathrazim in disguise, and once you get him low, he transforms into Balnazar. After this run of Stratholme, we do another run of Blackrock Depths where I hit 59, and then we do more runs of Stratholme until I am 2 bars away from level 60. We start another run, and lo and behold, after 7 days played time, we pull this trash pack to finally reach the long-awaited level 60. Be sure to like and subscribe for future videos of me enjoying endgame content. Also, check out my Twitch channel where I live stream on weekdays during the night. Thanks for watching, and until next time.